All right, we're going to be talking about note reading in this video, and I'm hoping this will be of help to those of you who have not attended my instant piano class just in preparation for coming to the class. Even if you aren't coming to the class, this should be helpful to those of you who need to learn how to read notes on the piano. And the first thing I want you to do is go to the link that you see here on this piece of paper I've put in front of you. chordsorkey.com/notes-piano. It's going to take you to one of many sources online that talks about note reading. This one is called How to Read Music Notation in 30 Minutes. So take a picture of that link there or write it down, and I want you to pause the video and go to your computer and print out this little pamphlet. It's just 2 little pages there. And once you get that printed out, come back and we will continue on through the video here. I'm assuming that you have now all printed that out. And if you look at the first page, there are 3 columns there. The first column says melodies. The second one says the piano keyboard. The third one says the staff. And above that, you're going to see this diagram of the piano keyboard with the white and black keys and also the letter names of the notes written on those keys. And what I want to talk to you about here is the piano pattern. And this is something that a lot of people don't even think about when they think about learning the piano, but there is a pattern of notes on the piano that it repeats itself 7 times up and down the piano. And if you look between where 2 index fingers here, this is middle C and the C above it. That pattern between those 2 fingers I've got right there is the piano pattern. It's made up of 7 white keys and the black keys, the 5 black keys there. You see 2 black keys, 3 black keys here. I'm not going to talk about the black keys right now. We're just going to talk about the white key pattern. And so what I want you to do is just make note of this. And a lot of people will like to put letter name or stickers with letters on their keys to help them remember the letter names of the notes. That's something you can do. Some people don't like putting those on their keyboard, and I totally get that. There's also something you can get at a music store that's kind of a cardboard thing that fits behind the black keys here. It stands up right, and it has the letter names of the notes, and a lot of people like to use that instead. But there's nothing wrong with doing that, but I want you to know that if you're working on this, the real key to this is learning and memorizing the piano pattern. And if you're working at this at all, you shouldn't need to have stickers on your keys for more than a couple of weeks, because it's a simple little pattern, and like I said, it repeats itself all the way up and down the piano. To find middle C on the piano, you simply find the 2 black keys set closest to the center of your piano, and the white key just to the left of that is what we call middle C. It's not actually the middle note on the piano, but it is the closest C note to that point, or it's the closest C note to the center of the piano, so we call it middle C. So that's a C. Now, this is very easy to figure out as long as you know the alphabet. What comes after C in the alphabet? D. So to the right of a C, that's a D. It's between these 2 black keys here. The next one is at E. The next one's F. It goes right up the alphabet. This is G. Then there is no H. At that point, it goes back to A, B, C. So it's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And if you're looking at the top of the pamphlet I asked you to print out, you'll see that pattern. It repeats itself all the way up and down the piano. So this is a C note, and so is this. They sound the same, but they're one's higher than another. By the way, this is also a C note. This is a D, so is that, so is that. This is E, so is that, so is that. The whole piano is set up like that. So that's the real key, is to understand that's the piano pattern. And that does a lot of things for you as you're learning to play. So I'm going to give you a little exercise that I want you to do before you do anything else. And that is, I want you to play the note on the piano. I want you to look at it. And I want you to say the name of the note out loud. And this is the exercise. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And then I want you to come down and do the same thing. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Practice that, going up and down on the piano. And you can do it in this octave here. You could do it here. Pick any octave on the piano. I want you to practice playing the notes, looking at your hand, and saying the name out loud. And that's going to be the most important thing, well, the first step anyway, of learning to read notes on the piano.